Well, hello everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber. Thank you for stopping by. Uh, what are we going to be doing today? Yeah, I hope everybody had a nice Memorial weekend. It's all over. We're moving on, getting close to the end of the month. This is part five of a project I've been working on for a while now. The project is somebody had requested that I do a quick review of all of the war board games that I owned and that I played. This is part five. And then there'll be a part six. It'll be about a much smaller, and then it'll be all over. The other ones are on the channel, so if you haven't caught up yet, go down there and check them out. Let's get her going here. So don't forget, go down there and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Push this out into your social media channels. We got one person watching. Don't hesitate to ask a question if you got a question or a comment about anything you say, because I'll be trying to keep up with it and watch. Let me get the slideshow up and get it ready to go here. There we go. War board games. We'll look at part number 5. Got 2 people on there watching. Thank you for stopping by. This won't be too long. I think there's only 8 or 9 ones in this slideshow here for today. And so, yeah, if you have any comments or you like any of these, let me know. I'd get back with you, even if you're watching this later when it's recorded, put stuff down there. I like to hear from anybody. All right, here we go. Let's go to number 1. This is not number 1 as far as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It's just the first one in this program. And there we go. The Hunters. German U-boats at war, 1939 and 1943. This was published in 2013 and published by GMT Games and designed by Gregory M. Smith. Totally solo. Create some good thematic experience on there and some nice challenges. And it's a nice game. I think I had a project going on. I have a project either going on that or Silent Victory. I can't remember which one it is right now that I have a project going on. Hi, Joe. Glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, don't forget you guys can make any comments you want about them. I will stop. If I spot the thing, I'll stop talking and chat with you or answer your questions. Okay, so like I said, this is the Hunters. German U-boats, 39 to 43. It is solo. It's a search and destroy type thing. It requires dice rolling and some push your luck. But, it's like push your luck would be like the decisions you make. Do I want to attack this ship that I came across? Do I want to do it submerged? Do I want to, at nighttime attack, daytime attack? There are decisions to make on it. How much ammo do I want to use? You only have a certain amount of ammo on your whole patrol, so you have to be careful not to run out of them either. And if you're doing some damage, you got to make sure you're going to be able to get back to port. So there we go. That was the second. And then we got one more going on. Okay, there's the BGG. Is 2.54. And sub captains have just 3 orders: run quiet, fire at will, and survive if you can. He's out there to destroy as much Allied shipping and as many capital ships as possible. This is very similar to the other Gregory M. Smith sub games. It's fun. GMT has the 4th printing of it right now on the P500. Let's see what we got. If I can get this up, see right now. Don't have this one now, but it on pre-order when it reprints it. Yeah, it's on the P500 right now. It's not found on Noble Knight or eBay. Recommended? Yes. When they got the big black yes, that means I really enjoyed. I had fun with it. And so that was The Hunters by Gregory M. Smith. Next one in this show is Warfighter, World War II Pacific Combat Card Game. 2019 came out. It's published by Dan Verson Games, DVG, and designed by Dan Verson. This is a card-driven game, and there's for 1 to 6 players. So it says 1 to 6 players, but then it'll say best by 1. As you can see, you're going to have to, at the beginning, you're going to have to pick your squads. You're going to have to you're going to have to equip them. You got to do the challenges, and then get out there and try to create or complete the mission that is issued to you. So, and there's so many cards and so many missions. There's a lot of replayability in this one. And as it says, it's 30 to 60 minutes per mission, not the campaign. I don't remember off my head right now if there's campaign linked or not. So I'll have to look that one up again. This 3.45. I don't think that, this looks like it's going to be like on a little heavier. 2.5 but I think it's just because there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of admin work that you have to do. That's why it's 3.45. Every mission's a standalone game. Build your soldiers, select your gear, and then run your mission. I played it solo, and I had fun with it. It is available at DVG, plus there are expansions for it. The core game is available at Noble Knight and on eBay. It is recommended. I did have fun with it. Recommended, not a ton of fun. That's why I don't have the big YES on there. Okay, just in case. And here we go. We're going D-Day at Tarawa from 2014, published by Decision Games, designed by John H. Butterfield. 20 November 1943, the bloodiest battle the Marines ever fought in. This is a hard game. I have it. I'll play it again in November. I got another one coming up here in another week or so that I think we'll be talking about today. But this is a dandy. This is a John, when I'm done with this, if you want to chat a little bit about any of the games, let me know. I won't just shut it off. So D-Day Terror, it is solo. Look at that map. Okay. But what you really can't see on this map is the colors. There's like red, blues, yellows, greens. It's all the firing positions. World War II simulation, and it is card driven. The cards across the top of the map will tell you what's happening at this point, what's happening at this point. This goes across. It follows the sequence of play, which is pretty cool. And then you got your turn counter up here. I have yet to be successful in Tarawa. It's tough because you got to be coming in here, and then some of your ships get shot. You get shot down in the water. You can see these dots here. Them are different colors. That means if one of these cards comes up and it's like it'll say red, and there's a red dot there, that means if you're in there, you're going to be hit. Okay. You remember at Tarawa, they had a big problem with the reef out there. A lot of quite a few of the landing craft couldn't get over it. The poor guys had to get out and walk in water up to their necks, all the way like 300 or 400 yards, getting shot up by machine guns and everything. Tough battle in real life. Tough game. Yeah, I do have Omaha. I think we're going to be talking about that today. I don't have the other two. If the Omaha's not on this briefing, I must have already done it on another one, but we'll talk about it. 3.72. Yeah, there's a lot of rules and a lot of stipulations in this one. It covers the landings of BTO Island in November, operations of the 2nd Marines and the 27th Infantry Divisions to clear it. The first heavily contested landing of the Pacific War. If I remember my history right, because I read a book about this, in 72 hours, the Marines, there was a total count between the Navy and the Marines of like 1,695 guys killed. And then if you want to compare it to places like Guadalcanal, which was a 6-month battle, they only had 1,600 killed, but that was 6 months. So it was really, really tough. Very challenging. I have yet to win it. I didn't find it at Decision Games, Noble Knight, or eBay. Recommended, big black yes on that one. All right, next on the list, what do we have here? We got Corsair Leader, published by Dan Verson Games, DVG, designed by Dan Verson. I have quite a bit of the Leader games in this one here. This was a fun one. It's a solo. It's a World War II simulation. There are 2 historical campaigns with it. And again, this is one where at the beginning, you have so many operational points for the week. And you got to pick you have your mission, but you got pick your aircraft that you want to go on it, how much armament they're going to be carrying, and so forth. And then you go out and try to do them. As you can see, this guy's got an attitude, the gung ho. He's already got I think this is like 2 hits on him, 2 health hits. And these are the weapons that they're carrying. This here is this is where the mission is up. There's a battle board here, and you're coming in. Like these 4 guys are coming in here. They're going to be coming in, but then there are Japanese fighters to deal with, anti-aircraft guns to deal with. A lot of action. Okay, and this is 2.42. It says there it focuses on the Marine FU Corsairs in the Pacific. The 2 campaigns cover the Solomon Islands campaign that lasted from late 42 to early 44. My problem that I had with this, and I'm going to take it on and fight it again, is I found that I struggled. They put in some mechanics for dogfights, and I had a heck of a time figuring those mechanics out. Then I went online, and there are some videos out there showing how to do it, but it seemed like everyone I looked at, they said something different. So I eventually just gave up on it. Okay, I didn't find it available on DVG. I found the first edition at Noble Knights, the first and second editions on eBay, and recommend it. But I say no because of that stipulation that I did not have fun with it because of the dogfight mechanics. Maybe you would have a better luck. Okay. And I said, I'm going to try it again. It's been a while now. Maybe I'm a little bit smarter as I get older. Well, we'll see. So anyway, that was Corsair Leader from DVG. Now we're going to Phantom Leader. Okay, 2013, another one published by Dan Verson Games. I had a lot of them by DVG, designed by. When I first got back into war games, I wanted to do some solo stuff, so I went this route. I did like this game. I still enjoy this game. Vietnam Aero Strategy, Solitaire Strategy, 4 historical campaigns. They actually most of the campaigns are historically during the Vietnam War, but there's also one added in there for the Cuban Missile Crisis, I believe. 30 minutes per mission. And here's another one where, look at all those cards up there. You got to, what kind of aircraft do I want to take in? What am I going to be facing? How much money do I have to load them up with weapons and so forth? And then you can see the battle board up there. Okay, and then you got off here. There may be maybe an island, and then you'll have some of the Japanese ships out here, and that lot going on, but good game. Let's say it puts you in command of a U.S. Air Force or U.S. Navy tactical fighter. 64 and 62, a Cuban Missile Crisis scenario is also included. It is available at DVG and eBay, not on Noble Knights. Recommended big, yes. I have fun with this one. It's been a long time, and I need to dig this one out too. But I just got so many games that I can't dig them all out at the same time. All right, here we go. Moving on. Save South Vietnam. 2022 game came out, published by Fortress Games, designed by Ben Phaneuf. This is a recent one, and I've got a couple videos up on the channel about this one. I had fun with this one. This is solo. I had fun. Had to make some decisions, and then you got, and then it's a push your luck type thing too. But okay, Solitaire, Vietnam War, 65 to ... The reason was that it could, and I think the last game I played, it ended in 68 because of some things that had happened. So you can see up on top, that is the primary board. Okay. And then there in these boards, you have all of these different provenances down here. They're all provenances. And these here, you're going to be tracking political influence in these provinces. And then down here, your bases where your Marines and Air Force and helicopters and that will be coming in on. These are the branches of the service or the units that were stationed that are available during this war. Okay, down here you can see these two here these two here. Them are Viet Cong. Okay, so they got a total of six squadrons or whatever you want to call them, or down there. Down here, These are political influence. So they're building up political influence in the Saigon area. And this is my guys coming out here to attack. Got some helicopters. Looks like the big red one there. If I might be reading them wrong, let me look up there and see if I can see it up there. It's not the Marines, it's the Army. Oh, there they are. There they are. It's the infantry. Then over here, what we got here, this is the South Vietnamese regulars here. Over here, what we got here is North Vietnamese regulars coming in down through the Ho Chi Minh Trail and coming in, and then at a certain point in time, you'll roll and they may enter into the zone. This is the Pleiku section. Yeah, Joe, this is pretty interesting. It's not all that expensive either, and I had a lot of fun with it. And this will definitely get some more play for me because I was adding on. I was trying to build up a little bit of a Vietnam era catalog. So then we got, okay, see 2.33. Just a lot of stuff on the calendar to kind of keep track of. Like it says there, I have played it and enjoyed it several times. It's available at Fortress Games, Noble Knight, and eBay. Recommended with the big yes. It is a fun game, Joe. Solid solo. And what do we got going on here next? There we go. D-Day at Omaha Beach. I just dug this out. I'm doing a refresher in my mind for June the 6th. I am going to play it. I'm going to play the first, try to play the first 17, I think it's 17 turns, which are all of the landings. I have not yet had, I've had catastrophic losses the last 2 years that I've played this. And I'm going to try to make it through without getting a catastrophic loss this time. And it's June the 6th, and I'm going to record that. And then I'll publish it. If it goes too long, I might record it in turns, like a couple turns each video. I'll have to wait and see how it's going that day. It says 1 to 2 players, best with 1. I've only ever played it 1. Now, on here, you can see in this picture, all of these colors. Okay, see this, I think that's blue. Blue or green, whatever, a blue. So if a blue card comes up, this is the east sector here. If a blue card comes up, the blue's going to activate. And this guy's in an intense fire zone right here. So he's going to take some damage. So you're trying to get him off the end, you're trying to get him up, and then you got all of these things. And then you got 3 tides to deal with. This is low tide on this picture here. Then up in there, we're going to be at medium tide, and then we're going to be at high tide where they're going to be coming in. They're going to be right up here to the seawalls. Got all, and it's split. See this line right down here? Over here, we got the East Beach. And I think that's the 1st Division. Yeah, the U.S. 1st Division. And on the right side of that line, we have the West Beach, which is the 29th. In order to get a catastrophic loss, you only have to have 8 of your infantry units gone, eliminated. That's 8 on one side. Like you could have 4 and 4 or 5 and 3, and that wouldn't be a catastrophic loss. But if you lose 1 on one side, it is card driven. It goes across the top with the cards over there. And there's a mounted map. I think that real earlier versions was a paper map, but I got mine. I think mine's 2nd edition. Okay, players control the forces. Landing along the 5-mile stretch of Omaha on D-Day. I have played and enjoyed it, even though I said even thought it's supposed to be though I didn't fare too well. It is very hard. The 5th printing is available at Decision Games. Other editions available at Noble Knight and eBay. Recommended with the big yes. Then we're back to DVG again. We got Gato Leader, The Battle for the Pacific by Dan Verson Games, published. And this one is designed by Dave Schuler. Released in 2016. It's World War II, the Pacific Ocean. 4 campaigns covering different stages of the war, a lot of area movements. As your sub's going to be going, you're going to have missions where you go on patrols, but you're going to be going through certain areas. And then on each area, you're going to have some challenges that you have to meet. And then you're going to encounter things. This is what, like your sub. And this is the characteristics of it. Then you run into some event cards like this one says Stormy Winter. End the submarine's movement and add 2 stress points to this submarine. So you would get one of them because of the stormy weather. So a lot of decisions, especially when and there's this sequence of play down here, especially when you got to make decisions on whether you want to attack or not. 2.6 strategic movement and tactical combat, 90 minutes per campaign, it says. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played, okay? There's the goal to sink enemy shipping, perform special missions, experience, manage crew stress. I played it several times, but it's been a long time ago now. One of the things that it's out of stock at DVG, it's available at Mobile Night on eBay. And one of the things that was kind of cool about it, and I'm trying to, there's a mechanic in here. It's not in any of the Gregory Smith mechanics. And it's about how submarines in it can separate or move in on the targets. I can't remember what it is right now. I should have thought of that and studied it a little bit before I did this, but it is recommended. I didn't put a yes up there because it's been such a long time ago. Yeah, that's when I'll be playing it on June 6th. Hopefully, doing better than I have in the past. So I'm doing a refresher in there because there's a lot of stipulations in the rules. And then here's one that I'm working on right now also. Purple Haze, published by Phalanx Games, designed by Bernard, I'll say, Grzybowski. This is a solitaire solo Vietnam game. And this is Vietnam War. It's a tactical level campaign war game. There's 8 missions. So you can have 1 to 4 players, but they say best of 1. There's 8 missions that come with it, but there are expansion sets and everything. And in here, I can see what across here, you're going to be controlling a squad of 6 Marines. You're going to have your squad leaders, you're going to have scouts, you're going to have explosive weapons people, you're going to have the corpsmen. And there are a whole bunch of cards, and they all on their cards, they have all kinds of characteristics, and they also have their strength and their stress levels. And so you want to try to get as best as you can in the cards. And then doesn't show it. It's not in this book. This is the main rule book. These are nice, down here are nice player aids that come with the thing. This is the board up here where you're tracking your units at. This is a battle board. And right across here, you have a time. Like you'll see when I publish that one, there's a time for that mission that get back to base on time. Okay, and then you have a timer, and then you have it showed where my thing went, and this has time on it. This has your endurance and your threat levels on there. There's quite a few videos out there. Mine will be coming out right around the 1st of the month. And it's not the best, but it's because I try to hide a lot of stuff because there's a lot of spoilers in there. There's spoilers in it, but you got to. So I'm playing the very first mission, and that'll be what it is. And I tried to hide as many of the spoilers as I could, but people got to learn the game somehow. I had to go up in videos and read the rule books and go to videos and learn that also. Okay, let's see what we got. Lead and equip. And I forgot to show you on there. See the stuff below them? They have loadout capabilities of how much they can carry in the weapon, the ammo, and any other stuff like flak jackets. That they all weigh different things, and you can't exceed their weight levels for each one. So that's all part of your loadout also. Ton of dice. Okay. So I'm in the process of learning the game while playing mission 1. I am enjoying this. I'll tell you that I enjoy this, and I look forward to moving on in the missions. But it'll be after December 6th. It is available at the Phalanx website. It is also available at Noble Knight, but costly. And on eBay. Recommended, the big black yes. That might be it, but we're going to take a look here. That is it for there. I'm going to do a quick review down here for anybody that just come on late and might have missed something or watching late. What games I covered. The Hunters by Gregory M. Smith. Warfighter, World War II Pacific Combat by DVG. D-Day at Tarawa by Decision Games. Corsair Leader from DVG. Phantom Leader from DVG. There's 4 other of these videos out there. The first 4 of the project. If you want to see what else I covered in the entire Save South Vietnam from Fortress Games. D-Day at Omaha Beach from Decision Games. Gato Leader by Dan Versen Games. Purple Haze by Phalanx Games. Let me get this stop sharing right here and get me back up on there. Oh, so that was it. Joe, what'd you think? Any comments? Like I said, I do have parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 are already up on the channel. One of my monitors just went down, but that's all right. We're up and running, I think. So anyway, look forward to around the 1st of the month for a short demo on Purple Haze coming out, and then on, if I can get it all done in one day, on December 6th, I'm going to be playing and recording D-Day at Omaha Beach. Yeah, that's it. The next one's going to be shorter. The next one, what I ended up with the last ones, the first 5 are all like games that are really solo friendly or are solo. And the last one I got is, I don't know, 5, 6 games maybe. And it's multiplayer games that I have played, that I own and have played, either by myself or with somebody else. That'll be in development sometime in June. And then this project will be over. I almost bit off more than I can chew when I said, sure, I'll do that for you. Didn't realize I had so many of them until I started counting how many, or going through my games and seeing how many that I did own and how many I've played. Okay, we got a couple people up there. I'm open for some discussion if anybody wants to talk and wants to bring anything in. If you do, just go down there in the remarks section and put her in. Joe, did you check out any war movies yesterday, Memorial Day? I watched about 3 chapters of Band of Brothers. I've seen the whole thing like about 5 times, but it was on. I was kicking back in the afternoon. I said, oh, I just put it on and watch a few of them. Joey said you need to play Omaha Beach again. Have you played Omaha Beach before? And if so, have you had any successful victories? Oh, all right. I had to work. Yep. Well, some people have to work on those days. Well, in fact, a lot of people have to work on those kind of holidays. I spent 20 years in the military. I worked a lot of holidays. I haven't played it yet. Okay. You probably know, but I think on BGG or somewhere on there, there's beside the rule books and the charts, there's also flip books. It's called a flip book that'll walk you through the game or help you walk through the game if you haven't played it yet before. there's a lot of similarities to Tarawa, but there's a lot of peculiarities that Tarawa did not have, like seawalls and cliffs and stuff like that. Okay, working for the railroad. Yeah, don't get any holidays off on the railroad. But I've always given it to the people that work on the holidays. A lot of people don't think about it. How about our policemen and our firemen and our doctors and our nurses at the hospital and all kinds of people that have to work on the holidays just to keep us going. And I appreciate them all. Okay, as you can see also down there in the ball, talking about number 17 will be on June the 8th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's a Sunday. Then the end of the month will be report will be on the 29th at 3 p.m. Talking about 17, if you have never been on it before, is just a session where people come in and they bring their subjects in, maybe multiple subjects. We had 4 or 5 people in last month, and we had some good discussions going on. So I'm hoping to draw some more. So if you got some friends that like to talk about these things, and they can talk about war games, they can talk about sports games. It doesn't matter. Come on in and chat. Talk about anything you want. Anything except politics and religion. I won't chat with those. I won't talk about those. Okay. Well, Joe, I want to thank you again for coming on again today. That was really appreciated. There was a couple other people that watched, but they didn't drop in. So everybody take care of yourselves out there. Be kind to each other and stay safe.